I want to constantly play with my orchids. Don't hit the tortoise. Very unexpected. I personally don't find these to be more comfortable. Some people may. I almost died. Look at this. I noticed in my last video, or one of my last videos, the video on the, what was it? Who was that about? Oh, the ivy. There's a spot on my lens, and I can't find it actually on the lens, but you could tell it was there during the recording. I try and keep these guys pretty clean, so I'm wondering if dust maybe actually got in there, like down inside this part in here. That can happen sometimes. Ah, there it is. Okay. One, focus. Focus. Come on, do your job. It's all you're supposed to do. There we go. Also, don't worry, I'm not going to spend this whole vlog looking at my camera. See that little speck in there? That's in there on the sensor. I get so nervous about cleaning the sensor. I'm going to get to that later. There's like a poof thing you can use to blow the stuff off. So I'll do that another time. I've upped the lens I've been using, and my mic, and where are they? My lights. I'm using professional lights now for the videos that come out during the week. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I can tell a really big difference in the quality. Hopefully that's coming through, because I like everything to be really crisp. I want things to look real to touch practically. It's supposed to get down to like 8 degrees tonight, and I'm pretty sure the same tomorrow night. So I'm kind of torn. My Vandas need a soak, but I don't want to, if it's going to be too cold outside to keep. This is my garage for anybody who's new. Hello, hi, welcome. And I wrap it in plastic to help keep a smaller area warm, and I have drywalled and insulated it, but it only makes about a 30 to 40 degree difference. So when it gets down that cold outside, it's still not gonna be that warm in here. But I haven't gotten all my plastic wrapped. It's only like to right here. I still need to do this whole section. The problem is that Gorilla Tape, I bought some Gorilla Tape in a different vlog many weeks ago. It vanished. I can't find it anywhere. I have no idea what happened to it. I've looked all over the place. I don't see it. And I need it to get these things hung back up properly. I don't know what I'm going to do about this lighting situation, though. That light right there needs to be on the other side of those bars. But I haven't quite figured out how I'm going to do that, because I can no longer get into that area. That'll be a chore. So I guess I'm going to go to Home Depot. It's kind of late. It's like 8 o'clock at night, 8:30. I should check their hours. Oh, the point there was that it's going to get cold enough that I should finish wrapping the plastic. See where there's no plastic over there? I should finish doing that tonight so that I'm not heating as massive of an area. Are we on the same page? Probably. I don't know. I don't know if I explain things well sometimes. One thing's for sure, though. I definitely need to preheat the car, because there is no way I'm getting in that thing while it's cold. Not that I'm too good for the cold, but it's like really cold out there right now. It's very windy. I was outside for a few minutes with my dogs earlier, and I swear I almost died. I mean, okay, I didn't feel like putting on my pants because I just ran out real quick, so I'm being a little bit dramatic, but you know what I'm saying. So this is that area. This needs to get the plastic put up. There's a zip door that goes in here, so there's an area to get in here, an area to get in over there, and an area to get in over there, and that's all one for ease of access and for fire safety. If something were to happen, I want to make sure that there's entrances and exits all over the place. I'm having some extreme major issues with dry mouth. I don't know what that's about. It's not for like the fun reasons. I've been drinking a ton of water. Christmas stuff. I'm putting Christmas stuff away and just finding more and more of it all over the place. I know. It's late to still have the Christmas stuff out, but remember from the last vlog, the first couple weeks, when I was out of town and then I was sick, and I didn't feel like it. I've been busy having the time of my life. I'm sorry. Okay, not much to see when vlogging at nighttime, so probably not gonna. Also, everything's frozen, so it's a little bit slippery and kind of dangerous, and I'm terrified of deer, so I like to pay attention. So, guess we'll catch up at Home Depot, although if I make it there in time. I don't like to be that person who goes into a store right when they're closing. I used to work retail. It sucks, but I know where I'm going in the store, so hopefully I can just run in and out. Well, I guess we'll find out. It's just me here. So, change of plans. I'm at, look, you can't even see that, and it's backwards, because it's the front camera, and the front camera sucks. It actually started snowing on my way out here, which you can't tell. It was snowing. Yeah, I didn't want to go into Home Depot when they were going to be closing in like 5 minutes. I feel bad doing that. But it kind of sucks, though, because there's stuff I need from Home Depot that only Home Depot has, but it's alright. Let's go back. Here we go. Wow, it's only been a few days since I was here, but they've gotten in a lot of plants. There's got this cute little fluffy ruffle fern up here, and these little false tree ivies, and the Florida Surprise Dracania. It's a Duramensis, I think. Marble Queen Pothos. Who doesn't love that? It's a beautiful plant. Tons of stuff, and these are just the little guys. Unfortunately, I didn't grab a cart, and my hands are full, so I'm not getting anything today. Not that I don't need anything. I need to just get out of here. Finally home. Pumpkin, you want it? Go get it. Ready? Go get it. No, you don't. What? Okay. Okay, let's try again. Go get it. Yeah, I can't throw with my left hand very well. And she can tell when I'm using her actual cat food versus cat treats. I like to throw her treats because then it's like a workout and some exercise, but if it's treats, those are more calories. So sometimes she'll go for it when I actually use her food. Oh, she prefers to eat off of a napkin. I don't know what that's about. She doesn't like eating out of a bowl. That's why that's there. Pumpkin, you try? Go get it. Go on, go get it. Don't hit the tortoise. Pumpkin, say hi. Not gonna do it? Okay. What are you doing back there? You crazy. Pumpkin, you crazy. I just got home. Both the fish tanks are making noise, which means that they need water in their sumps. The sumps are the filters down here. There's the sump. And there's this. Let's see if it'll do it. Do it. Flash the light. Show me the light. One of the lights, there it is. Right there. That's an air light from these wonderful, super, top-of-the-line Ecotech LEDs that drive me crazy. So the reason it's probably doing that is because the fan needs to be cleaned, which, I mean, I have to do it all the time, and it is a pain in the butt. They put the exhaust fans, you probably can't see it, but on the bottoms, they should be on the tops, they're on the bottom, so they just constantly suck up moisture from the tank, and then that salt builds up inside the fan, and it's a huge pain in the butt. Hey, where are you going? I note they say that those lights aren't supposed to be in like an enclosed area. I guess I have to show you what I'm talking about. This is all like built in up here, but I have exhaust in there. There's an exhaust fan up there that runs, and I put a big fan in there that, yeah, see that? To blow the air around. So it stays fairly cool up there. So it just, oh my gosh, it drives me crazy. When those lights worked, that tank looked amazing for several years, but they've gotten old and they don't function how they should. That was a great shot of the fort. Bet you enjoyed that. So as I was saying before, earlier in the vlog, I need to put away Christmas things. That's going to be happening this week. And I need to repot this Norfolk Island pine. Why are you so noisy? One of these vases sometimes like starts rattling, drives me crazy. But this guy, like, I cannot keep it hydrated. The little guy over here, no problem. I've watered this maybe twice. I want to say about 2 times. This guy over here, it's getting watered about twice a week, and it's still, like, just drying up. The soil that it's in, I can put my hands in here, and, okay, well, it's a little bit moist right now, but normally it's bone dry. It's a very, very, very airy mix that dries way, way, way too fast. So that's why I was out of town for a while, and it didn't get, like, just from that 1 week. And that shouldn't happen with these guys when they're indoors under cooler conditions. They shouldn't suffer quite that quickly. But it is still, like, it's actually putting on some new growth, so there's still hope for it. It's not like dying or anything. It's just annoying, because this isn't typically how they should be. It's also probably way too cold to repot it, though. So I guess I'll just deal with it, or maybe put some of that gel stuff in there. Well, that's something I'll think about. Say hi. Come on. Come here. Hey. How's it going? You kiss? Oh, that's more Cosmo's thing. You're a pretty bird. Look at you playing upside down. You're funny. You're funny. Okay. All right. There you go. Was that fun for you, Pumpkin? Did you enjoy that? They're not for you. Okay, so now I'm just going to... Wait, queso? Cheese. I'm, like, kind of hungry. Sort of. Queso just always sounds good. I'm going to go ahead, tape some plastic up and come back. I don't think I'm going to take y'all along for that because it's kind of boring. I'm just going to get up on a ladder and tape plastic to the ceiling. That's it. Okay, this part, kind of done. I guess kind of done is the equivalent to not done, but you get what I'm saying. I got the hard part done, sort of the hard part. Now I have to come through here, move my cactus. I need to move all of them forward so that I can bring the plastic over into the wall, which is always a challenge. Getting it up on the ceiling's not that big of a deal, though. I leave my cactus and things outside of the bubble, as I call it, my grow area, because they're not an active growth, so they can stay cool and dry. The day lengths are shorter. They just do better that way. There's a euphorbia in here that you can't see, but I think I might need to pull that out because it's not a plant that's going to be dormant right now. It's it's the euphorbia fire sticks. So I'll figure that out later. My main thing is I need to get this plastic finished. You can see there's a door and there's a zip door. And then up here, I still need to figure out that lighting situation. The only way to handle that is I need to come in here and move all of this. And then up here, which I don't know if you'll be able to... There's a gap up there where the plastic's fallen down. Let's just come in here so you can see what I'm talking about. There it is, up there, right in there. I've talked about it several times before. It was taped up and it fell down when I was just using duct tape, which normally has always worked. This Gorilla Tape is really strong. I'm enjoying it. It smells bad, though. That's kind of odd. I don't remember the last roll smelling bad. So I'm going to get that up to the ceiling, and then there's this huge gap in here that I'm going to have to figure out what to do with. I always leave the gap open up here because there should be some air exchange. I'm not looking to suffocate in here. So I need to, I'm okay with having a small gap up there, but, heat rises, so that gets blown right out of there, which is one of the reasons that I have this guy up here, this exhaust fan, or not an exhaust fan, it's just a circulation fan. It's very powerful, blowing the warm air back down, trying to keep things circulated. And then I have another fan that I'll put in over there. So that's just an update on what I'm working on right now. These guys are swarming. They're like, what are you doing? It's dinner time. I need to feed them. They can wait a few minutes, though. Whew. Oh, my goodness. Kind of done. Got that. I keep saying kind of done. I'm not done, but I'm done for tonight. So that's all taped up there. I went ahead and I ran the plastic behind the light, made sure that there was some give to it so when the garage door's open, it can flex with it. And all that's left is over here with this other piece. Right over here. Can I get to it? So I haven't gotten the plastic flush up against the wall yet because there's that big Peruvianus cactus on the other side that I have to move to get to that, and it's kind of dark, and it's a cactus, it's prickly, so I'm going to handle that tomorrow. And I can definitely feel the cold air coming through there, which isn't fantastic, but is what it is. I guess the reason I'm not too concerned about it is because in the little amount of time that I've been out here working on this and have had the plastic up, the temperature's already risen. And the temperature rising was very unexpected because it's gotten, I think it's about 6 or 7 degrees cooler outside. It's 13 or 14 outside right now. It was around 20 when I started on this. So I didn't typically expect the temperature in here to rise when it's dropping outside. That's not normally how it works in the grow area. So that's really good. I do have 3 heaters running right now, but I'm going to turn one of them off. It's about 1:30 in the morning, so I'm going to bed, turning grow lights off, most of them. Some of them I'm going to leave on because they put out a little bit of heat. Typically better to have some dark period, but just with it getting super cold tonight, I'm more okay with a few of the little lights being on. And the fig is still in recovery mode, though plants do need a dark period. It'll be okay just for tonight because I'm tired and I need to get the timers reset. It's a whole big long thing, but the fish ate. This is pretty much done except for that wall over there, and the temperature's going up. It's up to, let me see, 72.8, so that's all good stuff. Going to bed. I will resume in the morning. Hold on though, look at the sturgeon. It's a lot easier to see him when the lights aren't reflecting off the top of the water. He's over there doing his thing. There are 2. I never, ever see them together though. Well, not never, ever. Sometimes. It's not very often, but he's doing well. Look at him. He's so cool. Come on, but come over here. Not gonna happen. That's fine. You go do your thing. I love them. I think they're so cool just because they look so much like sharks. They move so much like sharks. Their anatomy's similar somewhat to sharks, more as far as their mouths are concerned. Kind of a high maintenance fish, but so are sharks. And it's a sterlet. If you were wondering, they grow slower and they do not get as horribly large as a typical sturgeon, like a diamondback or beluga, obviously. They max out around 3 feet. Probably won't get quite that big, but somewhere in there. There he goes. Eating his food off the bottom. Excellent. What I like to see. Everybody's happy. The fish are down low getting their food. Okay. Now I'm going to bed. Hey, where I just was. It's the next morning. It's 69.8 degrees in here and 8 degrees outdoors, so that is a fantastic change. I'm just now noticing this. So, a 60-degree difference, that's fantastic. That's more than I had hoped for, and that's with that wall that was just in a clip, probably pretty close to this one. That wall not being sealed up. I'm still waking up, sorry guys. And I just came out here and just noticed that this fell over. That makes sense. I was wondering why there were pothos leaves in here. And that means that my yep, there it is. There's a pothos in here. Okay, alright, so I'm gonna handle that and then work on this a little bit more. But I still need to go back to the hardware store. I guess I should just wait until this morning to do all this. Except I couldn't because it got so cold last night. But that zipper, I tried peeling it off because it needs to be moved over. I moved everything in here. All of this in previous years was about a foot over this way. But I shifted everything this year so that I would have more of a pathway to walk through over here between the plants and the orchids and everything. Then get more done over there. It was a little crammed last year. You could barely get through. The problem is that the zipper, this is where the pond was. It was right there. And I can't... Normally, I would think... I don't know why I said normally. I'm too tired. It's not time to talk yet. Sorry. Yeah, I can't get it off. I already said that. So I think I'm just going to have to get another one and put it right next to it. Because I need an access to come in here. But I can't really unzip and just walk into the alocajas. That's not going to work very well. Also, I don't remember this leaf being in there. This is kind of growing sort of wonkly. I'm going to need to remove that, which reminds me, I need to get a new pair of clippers while I'm out, because the clippers I have, like, they're not cutting through anything. I've sharpened them a few times, and it helped a little bit, but not quite enough, so zipper door, clippers, and we'll see. I'm going to wait like an hour, though. Hopefully it'll warm up outside a little bit, because it is absolutely frigid. Yep, almost forgot. Need to get this guy out of there. That's some risky business, this being in there, because there's potentially fertilizers and pesticides. I do, before any of the plants go up on this rack up here above the pond, I make sure they get lots of heavy drenchings and rinsings and things like that. But and this one had gotten some, but not a ton. It's been, overnight and everything's okay. There's carbon in the filter to remove anything. It does look like some dirt got in there. My biggest concern with it was more the sturgeon. They can't really swim backwards, so I can't keep things around that they can get tangled in. But there's no sturgeon in here, so that worked out all right. Oh, I got such a good parking spot. Look at that. I'm by the exit. It's still kind of a walk to the entrance. Not really. That's a little bit ridiculous. During the summer, I'll park like as far away as I have to. I don't really care because it's exercise, but when it's 18 degrees outside, I'm like, no. I'd like to get in there as soon as possible. Hey, look at this guy. Remember him from last week? Looking much better. Just in my head, I've decided it's the same one because there aren't any others in here. Much better. Okay, so Home Depot apparently only has Fisker pruners. I don't hate Fisker pruners, but I've only had one pair before, and my hands weren't big enough to open them wide enough to cut, like, even fairly small branches. But they were, like, weird handles that rolled around, and I have decent size. These sleeves dwarf my hands, but they're not small hands. But this might be different. I don't know. I don't feel like going to Lowe's again just to get another pair of pruners. Typically, every year I just buy a new pair of the same, like, $12 pruners. Maybe I'll just give this a shot. I don't know. I'll save the receipt. Ooh, I might have to go to Lowe's anyway, so if they don't have those zipper doors here, though. Ah, they have it. This is way cheaper than the ones from Lowe's. Lowe's might have these. It was last year I bought the other ones, but the other ones were like 15 or 20 bucks a piece, I think. It was crazy. And it's snowing. That wasn't forecasted. It was supposed to snow a bunch yesterday from that winter storm Harper, but it went south of here. It's more like flurries, really. I don't know. What's the difference? It's kind of, wow, you're a noisy can. Yep, that's all. Just letting you know it's snowing. Why is it so noisy? Oh, I hope it's not going to snow too much because it's sticking straight to the ground. Although, right, I guess that makes sense since it's, okay, now it's down to 16 degrees. That's how snow works when it's freezing cold outside. Alright, so these are the new pruners, which they're better than that old pair that I was talking about. They talk about the nice, smooth, non-slip handle, but you gotta hold them up kind of high on the metal for them to open very wide, because it's difficult to hold them. See that? It's hard to hold them from down low and still get that blade to open up all the way. That was the issue I was talking about. So I personally don't find these to be more comfortable. Some people may, but not so much me. I'm gonna come up here, try and take a cut out of this piece of the spindle palm. This is old frost damage from last fall. That was a pretty big chunk. That was over an inch. This is only rated for an inch, so it's cutting through there. Yeah, it's doing all right, better than my other pruners did. I don't know about $30 better. You know what, though? To give this a fair shake, I really should be using my dominant hand. So I'm going to come in here. This is fairly soft stuff. Yeah, it doesn't open wide enough, but it's not supposed to. It says it only opened to about an inch. So I'm going to have to kind of piecemeal my way through that, which I don't really like to do. Clean cuts are always better. But yeah, I mean, that was pretty smooth. I didn't hate that. I still, I really don't know about the price, though. These are brand new, so they should cut very well. And that's soft material that I was cutting through. So, yeah, I don't know. It'll do. I don't hate them. I just kind of think that my other $12 pruners, when they're brand new and sharp, would have done the same thing. But, you know, hopefully it's about the durability. Look at how I have to hold this, though. Like, my fingers shouldn't be up there like that. Shouldn't have to do that. It's just naturally that's how my hand's gravitating to hold this, and you're supposed to hold your clippers from down here, from down there, but it doesn't open wide enough. And I don't have like teeny tiny little bitty baby Donald Trump hands. Look at how big my hand is when I hold this mug. I'm just kidding. This mug is gigantic. Is there anything over here for scale? Like something everybody, like not everybody has a camera. Here's a little succulent. Oh, coffee can. It's a normal sized hand. That's all I'm saying. If you don't have, you know, you get what I'm saying. That's enough of that. This isn't a review channel. Getting this zipper put on here, pretty easy. This, it's way taller than the others. Unnecessarily taller. But it just has like paper you peel off the sides, then you unzip it, and you cut it in the middle. So I'm just going to go in here with my blade and literally just cut that plastic right through the middle, and then it'll open up when you unzip it. So yeah, pretty simple. There we go. Now I've got my double zipper. If you're wondering why there's only one down there and now there's two over here, that's because this is a much thinner, it's like a painter's plastic, whereas this plastic right here that goes over with that other zipper by the cactus I was showing earlier, that is a very heavy duty greenhouse plastic. And it's thicker, it's better insulated. I don't really think it's necessary for me to put a second layer of plastic over there. Now I can get in here. I think I'm going to switch out the spider plants with the pothos one I pulled down before. That I just realized I don't think is in the vlog. That's kind of weird. I recorded it, but I just edited like everything up into this point, and I don't remember. Whatever. There was a pothos up there, and it fell. So, but I had noticed that the pothos was growing into this epidendrum orchid that's up here, which makes sense. That was a bad pairing. So I'm going to swap out. I'm going to do some things. It's not, what am I doing? Just rambling. Hey, look at how much I got done. It probably doesn't look any different to you guys, and it's only been a few seconds for you. It's been a few hours for me. But I started to put plastic up all the way in there and that gap. I'm not trying to seal it airtight, because like I've mentioned before, I'm not trying to suffocate myself. But I don't really think that would be an issue in a space like this. I want to make sure that there's some air exchange, just for safety reasons. The problem up there, though, is that I really couldn't... Oh, there must be grease on my screen. That's a little bit better. My hands have been so incredibly dry that I just said skip the lotion. I've just been like soaking them in Aquifer, so it's getting on everything. Works really well, though. But anyways, I couldn't quite reach all the way from one end to the other over there, and the gap that is between the rail... I'll show you. Hold on. There's a tremendous temperature difference between in the bubble and out here. Oh, and to clarify, earlier I said multiple times about how I was like, it's 8 degrees outside and 68 in here, so a 60-degree difference. I'm referring to in the bubble versus outdoors. In the garage, it's not that. It's like, I think, probably 58 maybe in here. So it's like a 10-degree increase. It would take, like, miracle plastic to make a difference of 70 degrees. You'd have to have, like, a blower sort of system set up in between everything. But here's what I'm talking. Like, I don't fit. I mean, I do, but I can't get the ladder to go over where I need it to be, and it's just causing all kinds of problems. See, the problem's right here. That's where my body needs to be. I've gone ahead, I got my tongs here, so hopefully I can kind of get up here. I'm trying to use the camera to my advantage to see if I can reach the rest of that plastic and kind of pull it through a little bit. Are you guys seeing this? Because I'm not. Oh, that's not enough plastic. Well, you know what? It's still an improvement, and I'm okay with that. I'd like to figure out a way to get some tape up there. Oh, look at all these spider webs. That's kind of gross. Well, either way, it's going to slow the passage of the heat out of here. Because previously, when I was up here doing this, like, you could see the cobwebs and things blowing in the breeze. Well, you still kind of can, actually, on that lamp. That's how much, you know, the heat rises. It's much warmer up here near the ceiling than it is down there. But hopefully that'll do something for it. That's about the best I can do for it right now. Unfortunately, I don't think I can get in there any better than this. Man, that is so close to being just enough. If I could reach the plastic over, that would make a big difference. But I'm out. That's it. That's the last of the plastic. I mean, anybody who's ever, you know, bought the sheets of plastic to use for painting and things like that, it doesn't come in like little pieces. It comes in great big chunks. Huge rolls. There's another gap up there I might tape up. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not too concerned about it being airtight, but you can see there's a spot right there and right there. And over here, this is the best I've ever gotten that to go up against the wall. It's a very tricky area to get into because the table saw's there and it's hard to move, but I managed to get it done. This was a project I wanted to do back in November. I had everything planned out and ready to go, and it was just the coldest November I can remember having. We had, like, record-breaking snow. It doesn't snow here in November normally. I mean, sometimes we get just a little bit, but not nearly record-breaking numbers, I should say. So this is something that I would prefer to do before the plants are in. Would have been a lot easier. And I still have plants scattered, or like there's still things out here that aren't even put away. That's a great picture, great quality. So, yeah, that's what's going on there. I haven't noticed a temperature increase since I did that up there, but when I took the plastic over here on that side and got that up against the wall like I was showing you, it went up about 4 degrees in like 10 minutes. So that made a big difference because there's a lot of cold air blowing in because it's a lot colder outside of the bubble. I've thought about insulating the garage doors, like insulating them further, but I don't think it would be worth the cost. That bubble foil stuff isn't super cheap. It's not cheap at all, actually. It's kind of pricey for what it is. And I don't doubt it would make a difference of more than maybe 4 degrees. So it's just not necessary. So here's where things are at. That's going to be tricky to show on camera, but you can see it's 72 in here now. Got down to 64 last night. Oh, it's the next day, by the way. Things came up. I was out, you know, doing some things. So, but yeah, it's I mean, that's really great considering how cold it was outside. That's fantastic. Never before have I been able to keep it that warm in here when it was that cold outside. And, of course, ironically, I mean, not really ironically, it's just the way weather works. It's supposed to be like 50 tomorrow. So things will get nice and toasty in here. I think I'm going to give things a fertilizing and do some, what is talking? I'm going to be doing some fertilizing, some pruning. These Adenidia palms, it's not looking good for them. I've been treating them for root rot. Well, I mean, treating them for root rot as best as I can. I'm not positive it is root rot. You know, it's best to not use things that are antibiotic and fungicides, and you don't know for sure what it is. But I don't have a lab to test for these things, so I use a broad spectrum. And, you know, when you water them and they keep declining, that's a pretty good sign that things aren't going well. And if they don't make it, which, like I said, it's not looking good, but I'm not giving up on them, then these will be, I believe these will be the only 2 plants that I lost from that cold snap in October. If you're new here, there's a cold snap in October, dropped into the upper 20s. Doesn't happen, very unusual, and that's why The spindle palms are largely defoliated, but they've bounced back. They're all putting out new growth. But these two right here, these two Adenidia palms, suffered an awful lot. Yeah, so it's not looking great for them, but we will see. The crotons are bouncing back. They're putting out lots of little bitty baby growths along their stems, so that's really, really nice, especially these guys over here. And what I'm most impressed by is the Ficus lyrata. That's looking so much better. I mean, it was just a stick like 3 weeks ago. So it's responding well. Hibiscus is very happy. But it's that time of year where I'm really starting to get into my orchids. I mean, I'm always into my orchids, but like, I want to constantly play with my orchids. So that's what I'm going to start doing, probably. I want to get into doing some, this is not an arrangement, I had to give these guys a heavy soaking because it got so dry in here they didn't hold up to it very well. But yeah, the orchids, I'm excited. It's that time of year. Start playing with them, see the buds and the flowers and everything. Orchid show's coming up in a few weeks. There's really only 2 orchids on my orchid wish list, and it's, I want a new Laelia, a new LC Santa Barbara Sunset, because the one I had, I loved it so much, and I'd like to get a new one. And I've had a Laelia Super Beans, or Schomburgkia Super Beans, on my list for a very, very long time. The thing is, they're so expensive. But since I'm not really buying orchids year-round, I'm kind of wondering if I should just go ahead and take the plunge. Since if I'm only going to get 2 orchids this year, then maybe that's not that big of a deal. I don't know. I have to keep my eyes peeled. I can find them for fairly cheap in small sizes, but I don't know what life is going to bring. I want to get something that's big. Since I'm not buying a ton of plants, I'll go ahead and put the money and get something big. I mean, I'm not talking like hundreds and hundreds of dollars, but, you know, something that's not a little seedling. So, there's work to be done over here. Poinsettias, look at them, doing great. Kind of figured they would. I need to lift these up because you can see these guys are starting to bolt, which is, I mean, once it's done, that's happened. There are things you can do with them, but they need more light. I need to raise them up higher. I'm going to be completely restructuring these shelves next week. I know I said that last week, but that's because I thought my lights would come in, and that's what I'd be doing, and then it turned out the lights weren't going to be coming in, and then they showed up in the mail. So, but at this point the vlog's too long, so I'm going to be getting the succulents put where they should be, and the cactus that don't need the like intense light right now and the intense watering right now, move those other places and get things set up so where I can start doing things with seed. I'm going to start moving houseplants back into the house because the Christmas stuff is put, well, okay, it's not put away. It will be put away by the time the next vlog comes out, so then I can move them inside. And I also just need to get it done because, like I said, there's plants out there that need to move in here. Like, look at that heliconia. I need to cut that back. It's not, that's just the old growth. The rhizomes are fine. I need to put it someplace where it'll stay dry and cool so I can get it to bounce right back when it's hot outside and I can move it outside. So that's everything, pretty much. Just like I said, it's just I need to do all of the things, which I'm really excited about. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting that done, finally. I've been saying for weeks that I wanted to get these lights taken care of and everything done over there. That's also because I need to set up a space for seed propagation. It's, I mean, going to be almost February by the time the next vlog comes out, and it's nice to get going on those things sooner than later. The same thing's going on with my cuttings. I want to get more cuttings going in here. I have one little begonia stuck in there, but I'd like to do more of that. Yeah, I think what it is, I'm excited to get things organized and looking nice. That's always a nice feeling. But hey, I hope everybody's doing well. I don't want to drag this on for too long because I can't really start any other projects at this point. It would just make the whole thing too long. My social media is linked down below. Follow me and I'll follow you back. It's fun seeing everybody's pictures, what everybody's got going on. I'm on Instagram more than anything else. That's where I post the most. It's a good place to get a hold of me too. Or comment down below because it's fun talking to everybody. YouTube last week was being weird about delivering the comments, so I don't know what that was about. So if it's like I haven't been responding to, it's not intentional. It's just because it got lost amongst like one day when it was like, you have 100 new comments, and that's because they're spread out and it didn't deliver them to me. So I'm sorry about that. That just happens sometimes. YouTube can be a little bit funky. I love this Enthyrum so much. I wish this little tear hadn't happened here because these flowers last such a long time that it's just kind of sucks when they get torn like that. I could just go ahead and cut it off because it's flushing out with a bunch of new flowers, so I don't know. I'm going to leave it though because I like having the pop of color over here. It's nice. Some teeny tiny itty bitty little baby pictures coming in there on the Nepenthes. I'll go into more things once I get things organized, like I've been saying, and I'll start doing tours and whatnot. Oh, but, hey, give the video a like. Helps the channel out, means a lot to me. It just lets me know I'm doing a good job, so thank you for doing that. And subscribe as well, because I upload multiple times a week, so hit that notification bell. That way you know when new videos come out. Alright, I hope y'all were doing well, having an excellent life, and everything's going wonderfully for you. As always, and most importantly, everybody, keep on growing. Bye-bye.